Welcome back to Coins X Tales. We're exploring rare Lincoln 1-cent wheat coins that have made people rich. Let's find out why you should never overlook these coins. Because who knows, a single coin could change your life. Don't miss this. Top 1. Before you skip this video, listen carefully. Because what looks like an ordinary 1-cent coin could be hiding a value bigger than many people's monthly salary. A coin so small that most people drop it on the ground, yet collectors around the world are willing to chase it like buried treasure. Today we are talking about a penny that quietly made history and still shocks people when it appears at auctions. This is the United States of America Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny from 1958 with the D-mint mark.At first look. Nothing feels special. Abraham Lincoln stares forward. The copper color looks familiar, and the size feels ordinary. But this coin carries something powerful. It belongs to the very last year of the legendary Wheat Penny series. After 1958, the wheat ears disappeared forever. That alone gives this coin a special place in American history. But history is not the only reason collectors love this penny. What truly makes some 1958 D wheat pennies rare is what went wrong during minting. Machines were fast, pressure was heavy, and mistakes happened. Those mistakes created coins that today are worth serious money. Some examples show double details in the date and letters. When light hits the coin, the numbers appear thick or shadowed. Under magnification, the doubling becomes clear and exciting for collectors. These coins were not supposed to exist, and that is exactly why collectors want them. Other pieces show repunched mint marks. The D-mint mark was stamped more than once, leaving a shifted or doubled appearance. These small details can turn a common penny into a collector's dream. There are also off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, and weak strikes that escaped inspection. Each error tells a story of a moment when the minting process failed, and that failure created rarity. Condition plays a huge role. A worn penny may be interesting, but a sharply struck coin with bright red original color can feel almost unreal. Collectors carefully examine the wheat lines, Lincoln's jaw, and the shine of the copper. The better the condition, the stronger the value. What makes this penny emotional is that it connects two worlds, old American craftsmanship and modern collecting passion. Many of these coins still sit unnoticed in old jars, family collections, or forgotten drawers. People spend them every day without knowing they may have just lost history. That is why serious collectors always say one thing: never ignore a wheat penny, especially one from 1958 with a D-mint mark. Because sometimes the smallest coin carries the loudest story. If you are a coin lover, listen very carefully, because knowledge is what separates spending money from saving treasure. Now let's talk about worth.in regular circulated condition. The real market price of this coin is usually only a few cents to a few dollars.in high-grade uncirculated condition with strong red color. Real market prices can rise into the hundreds of dollars. For rare error varieties and top-graded examples, auction. Values have reached several $1,000s in major collector sales. If you enjoyed this hidden story of American coin history, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Because the next coin we talk about could already be waiting in your pocket right now. Top 2. Before you scroll away, stop for a second. Because the coin we're talking about today was born during wartime, when the world was on fire and history was being written every single day. A tiny 1-cent coin that passed through the hands of soldiers, factory workers, and families praying for peace. And today, that same penny can quietly turn into serious money if you know what to look for. This is the United States of America Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny from 1944 with the S-mint mark.At first glance. It looks simple. Abraham Lincoln on the front, 2 wheat ears on the back, and a warm copper color. But this penny carries something most modern coins never will: emotion, history, and rarity created by time itself. 1944 was a very special year. Just 1 year earlier, pennies were made from steel because copper was needed for World War II. In 1944, the United States returned to copper-based planchets made from recycled military materials. That alone makes these coins extremely meaningful to collectors. The San Francisco Mint produced fewer coins compared to other mints, which already gives the 1944's wheat penny a stronger collector demand. But what truly makes some of these coins valuable are the minting mistakes that slipped through. Some rare examples were struck on leftover steel planchets from 1943. These coins stick to magnets and should never exist, yet a few survived. These are among the most famous and desired error coins in American numismatics. Other coins show doubled lettering, weak strikes, off-center designs, clipped edges, and repunched mint marks. Under magnification, small differences can mean everything. What looks normal to one person can look priceless to a trained collector. Condition changes everything. A heavily worn coin tells a story, but a bright red, uncirculated piece feels like it just left the mint decades ago. Collectors carefully study Lincoln's cheek, jawline, and the wheat ears for sharp detail. Many people still find 1944's wheat pennies in old jars, inherited collections, and forgotten boxes. Most have no idea that one small detail, the mint mark, can completely change the coin's importance. This is why coin collectors say knowledge is more powerful than money. Because once you learn what to look for, you stop seeing pennies as small change and start seeing them as hidden history. Now let's talk about value.In normal circulated condition. The real market price of a 1944's wheat penny is usually a few cents to several dollars.In strong uncirculated condition with original red color. Real market prices can reach into the hundreds of dollars. For rare error varieties, especially steel strikes and high-grade examples, auction values have reached tens of thousands of dollars in major sales. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with every coin lover you know. Because the next rare penny we talk about might already be sitting quietly in your pocket right now. Top 3. Ladies and gentlemen coin lovers, collectors, and treasure hunters of history, you're about to witness something that might just change how you look at pocket change forever. Today we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating relics of American coinage. The United States of America rarest 1917 Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny. A coin so historic, so rare, and so highly sought after that even the slightest twist in its history transforms it from mere metal into pure gold for collectors. Picture this: a tiny piece of copper that once sat in the pockets of World War I soldiers. A coin struck over a century ago at the Denver Mint. A coin that seems humble at first glance, but hides secrets that only the sharpest eyes and luckiest collectors ever uncover. This is not just a penny. This is history, struck in 1917 at a time when the world was changing, and the United States was just beginning its rise to global influence. But what makes the 1917 Lincoln wheat penny truly special isn't just the date. It's the story, the rarity, and the errors that turn an everyday cent into an extraordinary find. Let's break it down. Most people have heard of the Lincoln wheat penny, a coin series that ran from 1909 to 1958. Beloved for its classic design featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the front and the iconic wheat ears on the back. But among all the years minted, 1917 is a standout because of its rarity and minting anomalies. LincolnWheatPenny.com now. Let's talk 1917D. The D stands for the Denver Mint, one of only 3 coins struck that year, alongside Philadelphia, no mint mark, and San Francisco, S. But here's the thing. While over 55 million 1917 D coins were produced, the number of asterisks surviving, collectible specimens in higher grades, especially with errors or uncirculated surfaces, is significantly lower. This makes certain versions extremely desirable to collectors today. Cointrackers.com. Here's where it gets truly exciting. Errors, rarities, hidden variants. Auction legends. One major reason collectors go mad for 1917 pennies is the possibility of double die obverse error. This means the coin was struck with a die that had been accidentally impressed more than once, creating a doubling effect in the date, the motto "In God We Trust," and other design elements. These error coins are not common, and when they do surface in high grade, the collectors go absolutely crazy for them. LincolnWheatPenny.com. +1. Even the Denver Mint examples, normally less valuable in low condition, can be stunning in uncirculated condition, especially if the coin shows exceptional original color, sharp strike detail, and eye appeal that collectors salivate over. Cointrackers.com. And don't forget patina, the natural toning that forms over decades. A 1917 D penny with rich chocolate brown or deep red surfaces tells a story no shiny modern coin ever will. Collectors aren't just buying a coin, they're buying history, beauty, and the thrill of rarity. Now listen carefully. Because the world of coin collecting is volatile, prices swing, markets change, and values are always evolving. But as of today, as circulated 1917 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny with common look and wear could be worth a few dollars in the collector market. A high-grade uncirculated 1917 D. Penny, especially with original red or red-brown surfaces, can fetch hundreds of dollars. Examples graded by top third-party services at auctions have sold for thousands of dollars, with asterisk exceptional coins bringing prices in the several thousand range. And for dramatic mint errors, especially double die obverse varieties, auction prices have reached tens of thousands of dollars in the rarest and most perfect examples. That's right, from a single cent to real collectible value worth significant money. LincolnWheatPenny.com +2. So if you've got one of these in your coin roll, jar, or found buried in grandma's attic, don't just toss it aside. Check the date. Look for the D mint mark. Search for doubling or weird features on the lettering or date. Have it graded by a professional if you suspect something unusual, because you might be holding treasure without even knowing it. This is the tale of the 1917 D. Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny, a 1-cent coin that may be worth real money in today's collector and auction world. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin history and rare collectibles, make sure you subscribe, like, and hit that bell so you never miss another treasure hunt with us. Thanks for watching, and keep your eyes on your change, because you never know when history could be hiding in plain sight.